Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Madam Chair.
I am excited that we have a lot of work to do, and each and every person that's in here needs to stay until the very end of our meeting. Like 10 o'clock tonight. Stay in here till 10 o'clock tonight with us. We welcome you. We're delighted, and we're going to try to stay on schedule. At this moment, I will declare our March 10th business meeting of Edgecombe County Public Schools come to order. And at this time, I would ask each one to stand as we do our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. And we will try to follow the agenda. Item number 2, approval of our agenda.
Madam
Dr.
Chair,
Brown, do you have any changes?
Madam Chair, I have a couple of changes. I'd like to amend the agenda to remove one of the certifications that was incorrectly put on there, a bronze award for Ms. Kent in recognitions. We'll make that adjustment, take that off there. And also, because of the previous work session and decisions that the board made, to remove under action item 8.1B, next up, the posting and public feedback on the draft redistricting, that's under items of action, take that off the agenda. And then also for your consideration for the board, I'm not sure if it's right to mention at this point, but it is to mention for the board, because there's a number of individuals signed up for public comments tonight, for the board to make sure to waive your comment on that, so that everyone will have an opportunity to speak.
Thank you for sharing those updates on our board. Now, I need to see a motion to approve the agenda.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Second. Has been moved and properly seconded that we will approve our agenda as amended. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion is carried, and we'll move forward. Item 3 on our agenda, Ms. Hope.
Good evening, Madam Board Chair, Mr. Vice Chair,
Good evening.
other board members, Superintendent Dr. Bryan. It is my pleasure to recognize several of our board members this evening. A major goal of the North Carolina Boards Association is to provide growth opportunities for school board members. Through the North Carolina School Board Academy for School Boardmanship, school board members are provided high-quality programs to help them efficiently and effectively fulfill their responsibilities as leaders of public education in North Carolina. Recognition is awarded to individuals who have participated in a minimum of 30 hours of training during the current academic year. Tonight, we'd like to recognize 4 of our board members for the training they have completed. Dr. Evelyn Wilson has achieved the Scholars Circle level, which is the highest level and represents over 900 hours of training.
Thank you. You want me to stand?
Dr. Evelyn
Run back
Johnson.
up.
Dr. Evelyn Johnson receives the Gold Award, representing between 800 and 900 hours of training. Reverend Raymond Privet receives an Award of Excellence, representing between 300 and 400 hours of training. Mrs. Lily Worsley receives a Certificate of Advanced Achievement for between 200 and 300 hours of training.
It never worked out, right?
I'm proud of him.
Okay.
Thank you to all of our board members for your dedication and commitment to the students of Edgecombe County. Next is our Employee of the Month. We are thrilled to recognize Tarsha Little, an exceptional children's teacher at Fairview Elementary School, as our Employee of the Month. She is more than just an educator. She's a beacon of compassion, patience, and unwavering dedication. Affectionately known as Fairview's Child Whisperer, she has an extraordinary gift for soothing even the most unsettled students and inspiring reluctant learners to reach their full potential. Her impact extends beyond her EC classroom. She's always willing to support all students, whether in EC services or general education, embodying a spirit of kindness and encouragement. Her warmth and commitment make a lasting difference in the lives of her students and colleagues alike. Please join us in celebrating Tarsha Little, the ECPS Employee of the Month for March. And I also have a gift card to present to Ms. Little from Greg Sessom, State Farm Agent.
Thank you.
I'd now like to invite Jeannie Warbutter from Tar River, or United Way Tar River Region, and Sheriff Clay Atkinson to the podium.
Good evening, Madam Chair and Dr. Bryan and the rest of the board members. I'm Clay Atkinson, Sheriff of Edgecombe County, United Way Board Director and Community Campaign Co-Chair. It is indeed a pleasure again for me, along with Jenny Moore, but I'll tell you, she's outstanding. She's our Executive Director, and she keeps us pumping to join you this evening. On behalf of all the board directors and the thousands we serve throughout the Twin County region, we would like to thank Edgecombe County Public Schools for a great 2024 campaign. And we look forward for recognizing schools and departments that have displayed support for United Way. United Way is proud to be a part of the Edgecombe County Public School System. United Way works in all towns and communities across the Twin Counties. Through United Way donations, we are able to fund 35 local health and human services programs in partnership with 24 nonprofit agencies, as well as assist with hundreds of yearly information, referral, and volunteer inquiries. This support helps thousands of our local citizens each year, improving quality of life for our children, adults, and families. We thank you, Dr. Bryan, for your leadership. I normally talk to him at least 4 times a week. Madam Chair, we thank you. Board members, we thank you. Because without you guys, we couldn't do what we need to do at United Way, so we really appreciate that. We also like to thank the local school coordinators and the numerous employees across the district who gave to United Way. We are excited to appreciate the employees of Edgecombe County Public Schools for a total contribution of $10,142 this year. Thank you guys so much. Over the past 17 years, the school district has contributed over $164,000. That's a lot of money. Thank you guys so much. And at this time, we would like to recognize our award-winning schools and departments. We ask that the campaign leader please come forward as we call your school or department. Special recognition awards go to the 3 schools attaining the highest total contribution within the district. First, Fairview Elementary School. I like that energy back there. Campaign leader Tamika Arnold, Fairview Elementary School raised $2,417. Second is Baskerville Elementary School. Baskerville Elementary School raised $1,747. Our next was W.A. Patilla Middle School. Campaign leader Bobby Harrell. They raised there you go. $1,213. Let's give them all a round of applause.
We do a quick photo, Sharon.
Sure. Put his glasses down. Squeeze it. Got a little loose. There you go. Excuse me. Okay. Congratulations, guys. Thank you. We would like to recognize other schools and departments for the support of United Way as well. Central Services Campaign Leader Susan Hoke. And I'm going to move quickly so you guys can get on with your meeting, okay? Martin Millennium Academy Campaign Leader Brandy, is it Chapel? Chapel, yeah, I want to make sure I said that right. Mobile High School Campaign Leader Latoya Futrell. J.W. Parker Middle School Campaign Leader Ladisha McKinstry Braxton. Coca Wembley Elementary School Campaign Leader Naisha Dickens. Southwest Anscombe High School Campaign Leader Felicia Danza. Anscombe Early College High Campaign Leader Gerald Williams. D.S. Johnson Elementary Campaign Leader Sharquetta Wiggins. D.S. Johnson?
They're coming.
Okay. I'm going to keep pushing. South Anscombe Middle School Campaign Leader Dr. Janata Faulkner. G.W. Carver Elementary Campaign Leader Teresa Webb. Okay. Carver, yes. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Frenchville Elementary School Campaign Leader Brittany Avery. Stocks Elementary School Campaign Leader Emily Pittman. And Phillips Middle School Campaign Leader Natasha Joyner. Got you. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Outstanding. Another picture? Okay. I'm gonna stand tall like I'm taller over here. Yeah.
I'm tall, so
I know like 6'3", he's still taller than I am. Okay, don't move. Okay. Outstanding, guys. Finally, guys, we'll be getting out of the way. We want to thank you again, Dr. Andy Bryant, Superintendent. I appreciate you, sir. I say that publicly and I say it loud. I appreciate you a whole lot. United Way appreciate you on a bigger note. That was kind of personal on it, didn't it? So we appreciate you. Board of Education members, we appreciate all of you guys for allowing us to come before you and allowing your staff to participate, so we really appreciate it. Ms. Susan Hoke, we push a lot through. Yeah, let's give her a round of applause. She catches a lot from us, so we really appreciate you, okay? All school and department campaign coordinators, we thank you guys so much. All school principals and departmental leaders, we thank you guys so much. And all employees that donated to United Way, thank you guys for your time and support this evening, and we hope you guys have a safe and a good night, okay? Thank you guys so much.
If I may, just for a second, Madam Chair, as you're throwing out accolades to everyone else, I don't think everybody understands quite what you do in this fundraising effort throughout the community. Not only to meet your goal, go beyond the goal, both of you do so much for the community, both in fundraising for United Way, but also in deeds. And I think you all deserve a
Go take it. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. That's okay.
I'm impressed.
Are we okay to leave, Dr. Shaw?
You heard my announcement. All the fun is over. I won't consider that. Okay, we're at item number 4 on our agenda. At this time,
Madam Chair.
yeah.
Dr. Wilson, just as a reminder, I think if it's the board's desire to vote to waive policy 2310, which limits public comment to 7 speakers, to permit all 9 speakers to speak tonight, that is in the board's discretion.
Okay. Could I hear a motion to,
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion that we waive the policy and allow all 9 speakers to speak tonight.
has been moved and second that we will waive our policy on number of speakers to speak. We have, our policy allows 7, and we have 9 signed up. That's why we have to do this motion. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried, okay? All right, we'll get started, and our time limit is 3 minutes. Teresa Austin Stokes is listed first.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thank you for this opportunity. We've heard many options concerning the redistricting maps, but I'm here this evening to ask that you consider option C. Option C emphasizing, we've met with the community members on several occasions, and option C is the favorite for our communities. Of all the annexed area of Rocky Mount, the districts will be up for election in 2026. No small towns are split, and most communities or interests are kept together. Small towns, as well as the communities of Meadowbrook and South Rocky Mount, and I must emphasize, I am a community member of Meadowbrook. We want to make sure that our precincts are kept together and that we make as less changes as possible so that it will not cause confusion. This is a big change for everyone in the community, and we want to keep things as normal as possible. And we want the residents of Rocky Mount to have fair treatment, and we request that option C, which also will keep the precincts together, and we're vouching for that as well. And for all the students and the representatives who will be impacted. Again, avoid as much confusion as possible during this transition as we embrace the new changes. Keep municipalities, precincts, and districts whole. Make as few changes as possible. And again, I'm here to request, along with the community, that you choose option C. Thank you.
Okay, Susan Perry Cole.
Good evening, members of the school board and Mr. Superintendent. My name is Susan Perry Cole. I'm a resident of the Edgecombe County side of Rocky Mount. I'd like to make a few brief remarks about the redistricting maps you considered in your work session. First of all, I'd like to thank the board for the transparency it has demonstrated throughout the redistricting process. Along these same lines, I'd like to thank the board for consideration of communities of interest in Edgecombe County, and I'd like to encourage the board to respect these communities of interest going forward. And I'd like to express strong community support for MAP C, which prioritizes respect for communities of interest. MAP C has the best distribution of black voting age population across all districts of all of the maps. And it avoids the problem that is shown in maps A and B, which reveal a high concentration of black voting age population in some districts. Map C is easy to describe to the community due to the number of whole or mostly whole precincts that are preserved and the distinct and familiar boundaries which are included in the map. I'd like to also encourage the board to keep option C on the table for future consideration so that the community members can review and respond to this map. Going forward, I'd like the board to conduct in-person public information meetings in Rocky Mount and Tarboro and etc., so residents have a better opportunity to let their voices be heard. Thank you.
Jackie King.
Good evening, board members and superintendent. As first stated, my name is Jackie King. I reside in the Brattleboro community, which is part of the city of Rocky Mount. Currently, we are in District 1. So the changes, what I like about option C is it will not split the precincts, because Brattleboro, we got a tight connection, and in the option C that keeps all of us together, it's not hard to explain to the people that you can vote for. I know it'll be different with the commissioner's seats, it'll make it a little different, but to me, option C is the best option for Edgecombe County. To detail what was already said, I won't go back to what they said, I just move forward, but in my opinion, option C is best because it brings together all the redistricting principles. In option C, all incumbents have a separate district. I just want to add to that, and it's a favorite among the community. So, in my opinion, we should use option C. Thank you.
Tamisha Patterson.
Good evening, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be here. Thank you for taking the time to listen to speak. I am Tamisha Patterson. I'm president of the Southeast Rocky Mount Community Organization in Southeast Rocky Mount. As a leader, we support option C as well. Option C keeps all the communities in Southeast Rocky Mount together. This will be helpful during our voting period. It keeps voters interested and engaged in voting. Map C also keeps the largest precinct, which is Meadowbrook, 12-1 together. Option C is a favorite of the community and needs to be included in the options for the community to review and respond to. Thank you.
Next, Camillus Dancy. Number 2.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I am Camillus Dancy, Regional Director of Eastern North Carolina Civic Group, comprised of 23 counties. I'm life fully paid member of the NAACP Rocky Mount Branch, Democratic Party Precinct Chair 11-1, and a product of G.W. Carver Elementary School in South Edgecombe Middle and Southwest High School. What is equity? Question for Ellis and Kent. Face it, Rocky Mount is predominantly 90+% black. Keeping the community together should be the main thing. I'm quite sure you want to be re-elected, but as I stated the last time I spoke, it ain't all about you. You should keep the community's best interest in mind. Commissioner districts, all of them do not touch Rocky Mount. I don't see how you're going to do whatever you're trying to do. It is no way that all precincts will be in the same school district. As it stands now, I might be in District 1 school board, District 3 or 4 county commissioners, and you name it. And if people ain't got used to it by now, you don't need to add more confusion to what you're trying to do. Option C put me in Ellis District, but I vote in level 1 where I'm the precinct chair. Now, Privet is my school board member. Hightop precinct is in 10-1. Are you scared you're going to get voted out? That shouldn't be the issue. The issue should be what's best for Edgecombe County. At the end of the day, it is about what is in the best interest of Edgecombe County and not just about you. Option C, as it stands, is the answer.
Natalie O'Reed.
Good afternoon. My name is Nathalyn O'Reed, and I would really like to thank the board for the transparency and all the hard work that you're pouring into this redistricting process. And I know that our participation encourages you to work a little harder to get things done. And we are greatly thankful for that process. I do live in Meadowbrook, and I am thankful that MAP-C put a lot of effort in keeping us together. And I'm also a former employee of the Rocky Mount City School System. And Rocky Mount used to be its own school system. And keeping that balanced is very important, to our citizens, so that they won't get, totally confused about how we have transitioned from being our own school system to being a combined on the Nash side now to the Edgecombe side. So we appreciate your sensitivity to our needs. We are looking forward to more in-person public information meetings and hearings in Rocky Mount, Tarboro, Pine Tops, and North Edgecombe area to help everybody to embrace the changes that are coming. And we are thankful for your close look at this redistricting process, and the redistricting principles that were discussed today were very vital, and we thank you for considering, more options going forward, so that at the end of the process, everybody can have had some input. Thank you so much.
Angela Bryant.
Good evening, board members. Angela Bryant from Rocky Mount, North Carolina. I just want to commend you for having the courage to have this conversation and discussion about race and the racial makeup of our communities that you've been having, and to know that what you are discussing is at the heart of almost all the political decisions in our Twin County area. And to the extent you grapple with it and come up with a solution that is fair in our community, you will have been solving an issue of the ages. You will be moving us forward for an issue that has faced us for ages. With the issue of the county commissioner districts, I just wanted to make one point. That with the number of adjustments you will have to make to the county commissioner districts because of where you all are located as incumbents, it will be a new map, just as the maps, similar to the maps A, B, and C that you already have. He's going to have to reconstruct districts to account for you. And a part of the issue is that 3 of your residences, as you know, are in Tarboro. So Tarboro will by definition be split 3 ways as a starting point. And then you have to go out from there. It is also the case that whole precincts, let me just say this, of the 3 districts maps we had, option C provided a more fair percentage of distribution of black voting age population, avoiding the high numbers of 82% in option A and 92% in B. Having whole precincts and mostly whole precincts make it easy to vote and run. I have run for offices. When you can tell people this precinct is the precinct I represent, then they can relate. When you have good and familiar boundaries for people, that also helps to describe the districts. Option C did provide that option for us. Please remember all the redistricting principles that you agreed to when you got started. And option C brought together all those principles, and I hope whatever map you do next to consider will bring it together, bring together those principles. And finally, I wanted to say, gotta find my piece of paper. That also consider the communities of interest that we provided along with the principles if you look at any adjustments to the maps. Please keep option C on the table along with any other maps or adjustments that you make. Thank you.
Alicia Johnson.
Good evening. Good evening. Alicia Johnson. I am the chair of the board of directors of the Historic Edgemont Community Association. I am here to put forth that we all like option C. We had all met together and we decided that this was a better option for us. I am going on past experience. When I lived in Nash County and we redistrict, one of my sons went to Northern, the other one had to go to Central. I'm trying to make sure that that does not happen in our community. We want to keep our communities together and whole because it does make sense. And not only that, it makes it easier to explain when I go to association meetings what we're looking forward to, what is going to happen, and how it will affect you. We want to have from you, you've been so cooperative to this point, that we need to have consideration to have a proposed timeline so I can explain to them when this is going to happen, how it's going to happen. And we also would like to have a public forum in the communities that are affected, Rocky Mount, Tower Borough, Pine Tops, and North Edgecombe. Our children are being shifted all over the place and parents don't understand why. And it's easier to explain to them if we keep it as far as communities. Each community, we got Edgemont, we have Meadowbrook, we have Southeast Raleigh. All these communities, we can explain it to them a little bit better. I thank you for your time. You have to see me.
Okay. Mr. James Rand.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for having us this open discussion. My name is James Wren of 704 NC 97 East in Leggett. I come today to express support for option C as the best option, given you want incumbents in separate districts, and then given the incoming population of Rocky Mount is not all put together, but it's dispersed between 3 districts. We like option C because, from my perspective, from our community perspective, keeping Brattleboro, Whitakers, Red Hill, Leggett, and Dunbar in the same district is a plus for us. And we do hope you have public hearings in Rocky Mount, Tarboro, Pine Tops, and Leggett when these maps come out for discussion. Thank you.
Thank you. They heard my announcement. They kept their speeches to 3 minutes. So I include everyone. Thank you. Okay. Now we'll move to item number 5 on our agenda.
Mom said I would stay, but I got to take care of my elderly dad. You know, I used to stay with y'all till 12 o'clock at night.
Take care of that.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Okay. We're at our regular business minutes for February 10th, 2025. Do we have any corrections, changes to this set of minutes? Does anyone have any corrections to the minutes? Not? I need to hear a motion for approval.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve the February 10th, 2025 regular business open session minutes.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second that we will approve our February 10th, 2025 open session minutes. All in favor of the motion, let me know by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. The motion is carried. Thank you very kindly. We'll move to item 6 for information. Dr. Bryan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Several updates tonight. Last week we had our elementary ballot books. And elementary school teams put on a great reading show to show all they learned about the books they've been reading. Had competition at Edgecombe Community College. And lots of great teamwork. Illustrated a great knowledge of a number of different books. Third place in the competition was G.W. Carver Elementary. Second place was Martin Millennium Academy. And first place, Stocks Elementary School. Taking home the win. Great job. Also, coming up this week, we have 2 big events. The middle school ballot books that are taking place at Southwest Edgecombe High School, 9 a.m. And the Brick City STEM Challenge will be at the Rocky Mountain Convention Center beginning at 9 a.m. Good Friday. And the ballot books for middle schools is on Thursday. So, 2 great competitions. If you want to see great competition, students at their very best, come on out. Let's see you there. A couple of announcements also from last week. Our Curriculum Council was doing some incredible work last week. Educators making the most of their workday on Thursday, working across the district, collaborate with each other, analyzing data, planning upcoming lessons, and just a lot of hard work being put in there for that sort of final stretch run as we go into the spring to conclude the year. Also, just for everybody's information, summer launch for 2025. Curriculum instruction team's been putting together different opportunities for students during the summer. Summer programming, and students can take advantage of some very unique and different opportunities. I want to make sure that students have great learning experiences even during the summer. And these will be posted for folks as we move forward. But just give everybody a few ideas of what will be out there. There will be some end of course and end of grade remediation retesting. It'll be happening in the beginning of June. Read to Achieve Camp from June 16 to July 15. Also have SRAE Camp, which will be in the Bridgers Building in Baskerville Elementary, June 16th to the 20th, and June 23rd to the 27th. MEP Camp, June 16th to July 15th at MMA, Phillip, and Baskerville as well. Several CP camps going on with drones, with agriculture, cybersecurity and agriculture as well, different spots. And we'll be doing our freshman academy for students in August of 2025. Probably we've already talking about summer activities and looking at next year, so it comes up really fast. So as usual, lots of great things going on, and I'll turn it back over to you now.
Thank you. We'll continue with 6.2, our maintenance update, Mr. Perkins.
Good evening. Good evening, sir. Chair, Vice Chair, board members, Superintendent Dr. Bryan. I'll be giving y'all a few minutes. This is the Connection Learning Academy, Old Sewer Pipes. This is where we continue with work. This is where we had to run a new line. We brought a new lift station out there to help it flow easier. This is North Edgecombe, deep building, the old door. We had problems trying to secure the door. We got a new door that we put up. This is Southwest Edgecombe, West Baltimore Valley. And this is the mobile at West and Park Park. And check it out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
6.3, Dr. Bryan, field trips.
Under 6.3, the field trip change, date was changed for Cocoa Wimberley Elementary School. Grades 2 through 5, 4/11/2025. Part of 6:30 a.m., return at 6:30 p.m. And Madam Chair, if I may go on to 6.4 and 6.5, since these are informational.
Yes.
Field trips that we have approved prior to the board meeting, and also fundraisers that were approved as well for previously, and Q coming up soon. Any questions about the informational items for fundraisers or field trips?
Any questions? I do not have the original. Policy.
Would you like me to go to committee reports, Madam Chair?
Yes.
Board policy, this is second reading on policy 5150 in relation to reporting to external agencies. As most everybody knows, this was already reported to the board. The first reading is the last regular meeting, so up for adoption tonight.
Does anyone have any questions about this policy? If you do not, we need to hear a motion for approval.
Madam Chair, excuse me, Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve policy 5150, reporting to external agencies for the second reading.
Second. It's been moved and properly second that we will approve our new policy that we have read and is for action tonight. Policy 5150. It has been moved and properly second that we will approve this policy. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Opposed? The same sign. Motion is carried. Thank you. 8.8, our consent items.
Madam Chair, for consent, excuse me, Madam Chair, for consent items tonight, I'm just going to go down the list very quickly. So we're doing field trips, extended day opportunities, again, fundraisers, and also summer programming, remediation and testing, some of which I covered in the last update for the board. Some mini arts and music grant donations, $5,000 from Hitachi to support Tarboro High School and North Edgecombe High School, and a monetary donation to Phillips Middle School, Phillips Brooks Alumni Association, design designated support initiatives, programs, activities, foster a positive support environment for students and staff. Also, monetary donation for Phillips from St. Mark AUME Church designated support arts and music education. And then a grant application to the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction for the 21st Century Community Learning Center's Cohort 18 grant competition for $250,000. 3 years, total of $750,000. That concludes the consent agenda, Madam Chair. Any questions or comments?
Board members, do we have any questions or concerns in reference to consent items? If not, I need to hear a motion for approval.
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of consent items as presented.
It's been moved and properly second that we will approve our consent items as presented. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign. The motion is carried. Thank you very kindly. Okay. We took off the agenda item 8B, so we'll move to 2B with Ms. Kate on the calendar.
Good evening once again. I'm here to ask for approval of the calendar for traditional schools for next school year. Rose provided me with a slightly updated version of the calendar before the meeting, and I just want to make sure you understood that the only changes there were just a few changes to report card and progress report dates. That was the only changes on that. We need to tweak those a little bit after we submitted that. The calendar was initially created by our calendar committee that consisted of various central office employees, as well as our teacher of the year and our principal of the year. Once we created the calendar, the draft calendar, we did send it out to our staff members and family members and community for their input. We received a lot of responses. The large majority of the responses were in favor of the calendar as it was. However, we did have a lot, maybe almost 100 comments on different things. We tried to take those into consideration before we presented the final version of the calendar. You'll notice it's very much like this year's calendar, with the addition of several early release days that have been scattered throughout. And that was based on feedback we received from staff that wanted some time to do things like parent conferences and different meetings. They wanted to have some time during the school day to do those things. We inserted those early release days. Now, I'm happy to entertain any questions that you may have about the calendar.
We know that this is not an easy thing to do, to create a calendar.
Yeah, it does.
And I would know that you would get a lot of comments and discussion.
Which was good, yeah, we're happy to hear their feedback.
Any other comments about the traditional calendar? I just know it's always A lot of work.
It's a lot of work trying to make everybody happy.
Yes, yes, and we thank you all for working on it like you do. Hearing no comments, I need to hear a motion to approve our calendar, our 25-26 calendar for our traditional schools.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve the 2025-2026 calendar for ECPS.
Second.
Has been moved and properly second that we will approve our calendar for our ECPS traditional schools. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Right, 8.3B.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Vice Chair, Board members, Superintendent. I come before you tonight to request approval for sole source services by Opportunity Culture. You have a copy of the proposed services that they will be providing as part of the sole source. Back in 2016-17, we were approved by the Department of Public Instruction to implement advanced teaching roles, and our approved application used the Opportunity Culture model provided by Public Impact. And so the new services that we are requesting sole source approval for would be for them to provide additional guidance and support as we're looking at evaluating implementation and providing direction and support to schools as they continue to implement to ensure that we're getting the maximum impact of that work in our schools. And because Public Impact does provide opportunity culture, or own opportunity culture, they're a highly specialized professional service, which is why we are requesting the sole source approval.
Is there anyone else have any questions or concerns to Ms. Pierce? If not, I need to get a motion to approve 8.3.
Excuse me, Madam Chair, I make a motion for the approval of the services provided by Opportunity Culture as a sole source for the services for technical assistance and professional learning to design and implement Opportunity Culture staffing models in a total amount not to exceed $20,557 using PRC 022 Advanced Teaching Roles ATF state funds.
It's been moved and properly seconded that we would approve the service provided by Opportunity Culture as a sole source of the services for our technical assistance and professional learning to design and implement the Opportunity model in the total amount of $20,557, and we will be using the PRC 022 funds. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. The motion is carried. Thank you very kindly, Ms. Pierce. 8.4B.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm here tonight to bring forward an item for action to request board approval to obligate a purchase order in the following amounts for replacement school buses. $153,594 for one new Freightliner school bus authorized by North Carolina Department of Public Instruction that will replace one old, currently running school bus for Edgecombe County Schools. The second is in the amount of $154,367 for one new international school bus authorized by the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction that will replace an additional old school bus that has met the mileage or age requirement for replacement. And that requirement is buses can be replaced after they reach 20 years of service or 250,000 miles. And both of these buses that are being replaced have met that requirement. The North Carolina Department of Public Instruction will be making payments on behalf of Edgecombe County Public Schools for these new school buses. Each school bus has a 66-passenger capacity. It is my recommendation for board approval of the obligation for purchase orders payable to Carolina Thomas in the amount of $153,594 for one new school bus, and White's International in the amount of $154,367 for one new school bus. The total cost of these two buses is $307,961. Which sounds like a lot, but they do run for 40 years.
How long?
Or 250,000 miles.
How long did you say those buses should last?
At least 20 years or 250,000 miles.
Okay.
A lot longer than our cars, right?
Oh.
And they carry a lot more students than our cars.
Oh, yeah. All right. Any specific question or concern about this request? We know that school buses are not cheap, and this is the proof to the pudding in your request. Very expensive.
They're not cheap to purchase and they're not cheap to maintain.
I'm sure of that maintenance part. Okay. Any other comment or question? If not,
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve the purchase of one new school bus from Carolina Thomas in the amount of $150,594 and one new school bus from White's International in the amount of $154,367 for a total of $307,961.
it has been moved and properly seconded that we purchase one school bus from the Thompson LLC in the amount of $153,597 and another from White's International Company for $154,367 in the total amount of $307,961. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. The motion's carried. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
All right.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Item 8.5B, at the last meeting, you approved us moving forward with the Elementary Basketball League. We've been in the process of working through the MOU that you, I believe, have in front of you tonight. And also have Kelvin Jones, who's here tonight, Director of our Parks and Rec for Edgecombe County. Saeed Murphy, who's also here, is going to help us with the program. They've done a great job in working with us and putting all this together. I think it's a great opportunity for our young people, and both Kelvin and Saeed have done a great job with putting that forth as a way not only to let students have some fun, but build community across the community and get a lot of ownership and investment, and we see that as a way to make even more games to bring everybody together. So appreciate your hard work, gentlemen. I would recommend tonight that if you decide to approve this, that you approve this pending school board attorney review. So we have a couple more details just to work out, and we want to make sure our friends, Kevin Kelvin, get an opportunity to review as well. So, but we're really close. Really close.
Does anyone have any questions?
That was mine. Has the attorney looked at this?
And she has looked at it, and she and her team were a part of putting this all together. But we just have a couple more things to just make sure we're all on the same page together, and we'll move forward as fast as we can. Delvin, would you like to come up and say a few words?
I can't.
But I mean, the additions aren't what you're saying. The additions.
Good evening, board.
Good evening.
So this elementary school basketball league, sitting here today, it kind of helps soothe the tensions from a couple different areas. The initial introduction of it was because of the demerger. Before my position at Edgecombe County Parks and Recreation, I was a teacher in Nash County Public School System. I taught at Edwards. The last graduating class of Edwards I actually taught. And this basketball league, well, they've been doing it in Nash County for a couple of years now, but it initially started in this realm as a fundraiser. And that's how we see it for Edgecombe County Parks and Rec. The particulars we won't touch right now, but the way we view it is it could be a great fundraising opportunity for the schools involved, ECPS as a whole, but also the social aspect. It will be to get those kids that were a part of the demerger back something that they lost by coming over. And that's the ability to participate in sports for their schools as early as third grade.
And just to add, it's huge on the parental involvement aspect and getting parents involved, and we can actually leverage these events to get information that we need to parents. So it's a great opportunity for killing two birds with one stone.
It gives the parents and the students an opportunity to engage with their administration for their school outside of their school.
I just got a question. It says the tournament. Is it just one tournament?
Yes, it would just
over several days.
Over we will be about 6 weeks. So every Saturday for 6 weeks. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Saturday morning basketball.
Thank you so much. Okay. We need a motion, 8.5.
Madam Chair, I recommend approval of the MOU between Edgecombe County Board of Education and Edgecombe County Parks and Recreation and for the Edgecombe County's Public School Elementary Basketball League. Depending upon Alternative approval, yes.
It's been moved and properly seconded that we will approve the approval of the MOU between ECBOE and Edgecombe County ECPS Elementary Basketball League with the approval of the attorney. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let me know by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. Motion's carried. Thank you. Oh, I didn't sign that one.
Madam Chair, before we go into closed session, if we could revisit 8.4B in those totals. The amount of $153,597 versus $1,553,094, which is correct. 4.
Thank you. Did everybody catch that correction in the addition? Thank you for bringing that to our attention. Ms. Lily, will you take us into closed session?
Madam Chair, I make a motion under the North Carolina Open Meeting Law, Section 143-318-11A, 1A, 3, and A6 to go into closed session to consider personnel matters, to consult with the attorney to preserve attorney-client privilege information, and prevent the disclosure of student records rendered confidential under the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act 20 U.S.C. 12 32G, and the disclosure of personnel records rendered confidential under General Statute 115C-319 through 321.
Second. Has been moved and properly second that we will go now into closed session. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. The motion carries.
Introducing the brand new app for Edgecombe County Schools. It's everything ECPS in your pocket. This is the home screen. Tap the 3 horizontal lines in the bottom left to see all the menu items. To turn on push notifications, tap Settings, select Notification Preferences, and allow notifications. Tap Subscriptions to subscribe to your school. The Events section shows a list of events throughout the school. You can use this button to add an event to your calendar, or tap here to share the event with friends and family. The feed is where you'll find updates from administration about what's going on throughout the school, whether that's celebrating a student's success or reminding you about an upcoming deadline. Search Edgecombe County Public Schools in the App Store or Play Store to explore the app for yourself. It's everything ECPS in your pocket.
personnel management. Could we hear a motion for approval of our personnel management?
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of personnel management as discussed in closed session.
Second. It's been moved and properly second that we will approve our personnel management discussed in closed session. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. 1 point. I know I heard somebody say.
She did, I just she
Okay. Did you catch it, Rose? Oh, you caught it. Good. All right. We'll move to 10.12, our extracurricular activities, our spring sports. Could we hear a motion to approve?
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of the extracurricular activities addendum for spring sports.
Second. It has been moved and properly second that we will approve our extracurricular activities addendum for our spring sports. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Opposed, the same sign.
You had something to eat during the break, didn't you?
I did not have anything to do with the break. That's the problem. Oh, God. Did anybody say no? No. Motion carries. Okay. 10.2, our closed session minutes. I just need a motion for approval of them because we didn't have any discussion on them.
Madam Chair, I recommend approve closed session minutes.
Second. Jewel.
It has been moved and properly second that we will approve our February 10, 2025 regular business closed session minutes. Any other discussion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. 11, our board correspondence. Do we have this? Unless I find a note, I can't discuss it properly. It's about 2 students.
Let's see.
God. Of course, now you get this note. Dr. Bryant, what do you have anything for us to consider?
No, Madam Chair.
Okay, I need to hear a motion, and you need to do it right for adjournment. I need to hear a motion for adjournment.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to adjourn this March meeting.
Second. It has been moved and properly second that we will adjourn this meeting, our March meeting, March the 10th. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. Hearing none, we have adjourned the meeting.